It is the hottest currency in the world.
Bitcoin's value has skyrocketed.
The chart looks like the left-hand side of an Eiffel Tower.
Bitcoin's value reached $11,000.
$12,000, $15,000, $17,000, $18,000.
The new currency is making a lot of people rich.
10 years ago, it didn't even exist.
I have to say that I'm feeling a little bit of FOMO here.
Tongzo is watching the news, like everyone else, about crypto and Bitcoin. He's been working non-stop in Silicon Valley, San Francisco, for the last 7 to 8 years as a software engineer, and he dreams of quitting. He wants to travel and finally live his life. Seeing his friends make tons of money with crypto, he decides to give it a try, hoping to earn some quick extra cash that could help him in the future. Tong doesn't waste any time and takes out 3 loans from the bank, adding up to about $85,000. As soon as he gets the money, he puts it all into different cryptocurrencies.
There was this kind of crypto boom that happened. A lot of people got really made a lot of money from crypto, including a lot of my friends. And I got, as humans often do, we get greedy and we get selfish. And I was jealous of my friends for making so much money. So I kind of took a big risk. I actually took out 3 loans from the bank and I put it all in crypto.
But at the start of 2018, the crypto market crashes.
Bitcoin took a serious tumble.
It's now down almost 50%.
60%.
The cryptocurrency has gone from hitting a new record price yesterday to nosediving today.
By the end of the year, Bitcoin falls from $16,000 down to $4,500.
People who thought they were very wealthy will suddenly become bankrupt overnight.
In just 24 hours, more than $60 billion was wiped off the value of the entire cryptocurrency market.
Tong finds himself stuck with a mountain of debt. Almost all the money that he had thrown into crypto is gone. He's extremely stressed and in a really bad situation. He can't pay his bills.
The end of January 2018, which, as you know, crypto crashed. The price of Bitcoin dropped from around 16,000 at that time to now it's around like 3,500 or something like that. Since I took out 3 loans, I was pretty much paying it all back with my paycheck every month, and that wasn't a good situation. That was basically over half my paycheck every month was going to pay off those loans, and the other half was going to my mortgage. So I had basically no money to really save.
To get out of debt, Tong makes a hard choice. He sells his apartment in San Francisco, along with all of his other assets. After paying off his loans and mortgage, he is left with $400,000. With the remaining money, Tong plans to transfer it to Canada, hoping for a fresh start. He is thinking of buying a house in Vancouver. To transfer the money, Tong doesn't want to use the bank. They would charge him a 2% fee. After losing so much already, he doesn't want to waste a single dollar. So he starts thinking of other ways to move his money. Instead of using the bank, why not to use crypto? One of his closest friends had done it before.
One of my close friends basically transferred all his money to Korea. He was able to arbitrage his money from US to Korea, to Korea and crypto exchange, and make 40% profit just on arbitrage. And he made like $20,000 on top of the $50,000 that transferred over.
The idea of making a bit of profit on top of the transfer makes sense to Tong. So he decides to go with crypto to move his money. For the job, he picks QuadrigaCX, at the time the biggest and most trusted crypto exchange in Canada.
QuadrigaCX, Canada's best Bitcoin exchange. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or trade Bitcoins, QuadrigaCX is right for you.
Back then, Quadriga even offers a 10% premium if you sell your Bitcoin through their platform.
Introducing the QuadrigaCX Merchant Platform, the easiest way to accept Bitcoin at your business.
You can actually make some extra money just by transferring through Quadriga.
You'll never have trouble moving funds into and out of your QuadrigaCX account.
So that's exactly what he does. He transfers $400,000 worth of Bitcoin over to Quadriga. Then he immediately sells it. And after selling it on Quadriga, it turns into Canadian dollars, $500,000 ready to withdraw. Then he waits. This is all his money, his life savings, everything he has sitting on one exchange. He's praying for it, hoping every day that he'll get his money soon. It's taking weeks, months. But the money never comes. Until January 14th. The news is shocking.
Yeah, this is a real mystery that's unfolding this morning, and it all has to do with the death of the CEO in India. Here he is here, Gerald Cotten. He's the founder of QuadrigaCX.
This is an astonishing story. Gerald Cotten passed away, and he took the passwords with him. And that means $190 million of customers' holdings are locked inside, and no one can access them.
The founder and CEO of QuadrigaCX, Gerald Cotten, is dead. Nobody saw it coming. With him, $250 million worth of cryptocurrency is locked away on his personal laptop. Thousands of people's money, including Tong's, is trapped and no one can get to it.
Where is this money?
About 110,000 customer accounts.
Hey guys, how's it going? So I just want to give an update about my situation right now. Like, who could have predicted that the CEO would die mysteriously under mysterious circumstances in India? You know, he was the only one that had the keys to the wallet, but who can you really believe? It's a really depressing and shocking thing to happen. The next steps is to
Gerald Cotten is the kind of guy everyone likes right away. He's the classic tech nerd, smart, friendly, always smiling. He laughs a lot, cracks jokes, and has a way of making people feel comfortable around him.
Starting with you.
Yes.
What's your story? You were born, now you're here. What happened in between?
Jerry's stuck in the maze. Oh, shit.
now click send bitcoins. Done.
But one of the hardest parts about Bitcoin was acquiring the Bitcoin, especially in Canada. So I created QuadrigaCX in 2013 for buying and selling Bitcoin. So for those of you who aren't familiar with Bitcoin exchanges and what we do, I like to compare it to a stock exchange. However, instead of trading stocks on our exchange, people trade Bitcoin.
Gerald's platform allows people to trade back and forth. The company makes money by taking a small fee from every transaction. It doesn't seem like much at first, but with thousands of people trading every day, those little fees turn into big money. And just like that, Gerald starts making a fortune.
When we began, we were a relatively small company, trading just a few Bitcoins every day. However, over the past year, we've grown to become the largest exchange in the country. It was very profitable. And
are we hanging out with Mark Zuckerberg right now? Is that what's going on?
In 2017, when crypto is booming and Bitcoin hits its peak, Gerald is making millions. That year alone, about 1.2 billion Canadian dollars worth of Bitcoin was exchanged on Quadriga, nearly 800 million in US dollars. He buys a plane, a boat, and even a small island. He starts picking up properties too. Everything is going well until the crypto crash in 2018, when Bitcoin drops all the way down to $4,500. That's when things start falling apart at Quadriga. People start saying they can't get their money out. They try to withdraw their cash, but nothing comes through. No one knows what's going on. Quadriga keeps sending the same message, that they're working on it and the money will arrive soon. Soon after his death, the Quadriga website suddenly goes down. On January 14th, his wife, Jennifer Robertson, posts a message on Quadriga's official Facebook page. That Jerry died due to complications with Crohn's disease on December 9th, 2018, while traveling in India. Sincerely, Jennifer Robertson, estate executor of Gerald Cotten. A lot of people start to wonder, what if Gerald isn't really dead? What if he faked the whole thing and ran off with all the money? In front of the cameras, he wants to be this down-to-earth, innocent tech guy, always wearing that friendly smile. But maybe behind all that, he's actually a criminal mastermind.
So basically what happened is, long story short, QuadrigaCX was Canada's biggest cryptocurrency exchange, formerly the biggest. And then they kind of collapsed. And Gerald Cotten, the CEO, suddenly died last December. And I put died in quotes because still there's a lot of people who are very doubtful of the fact that he actually died or not, right?
The official story says he died from Crohn's disease. But can someone actually die from that? Crohn's disease is a stomach illness. It causes pain, inflammation, and really bad diarrhea. Most people don't die from it, especially not someone young like him. So this whole theory, it just doesn't add up. Then something strange comes out, the death certificate. Reporters get their hands on it, and right away, people notice something weird. Gerald's last name is spelled wrong. It says Cotten with an A instead of an E. It's a small mistake, but it makes people start asking questions.
I'm not convinced he's dead. What do you guys think? Do you think he is dead?
My spider senses? Nope. This guy is not dead.
So investigators start digging. They want to know, who really is Gerald Cotten, and what exactly is Quadriga?
Have you ever wondered if you can drink water while hanging upside down?
They discover that the domain name for QuadrigaCX, it is not even registered by Gerald. It is registered by someone else, a guy named Michael Patron. Turns out Michael Patron is actually the co-founder of Quadriga.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure, I've been working with digital currencies since about 2003. I've operated numerous exchanges, merchant platforms, casinos, provided advisory services with respect to growth and development of other such companies.
People who know Michael see him as someone with a bad attitude and almost dangerous. And maybe that's no surprise, because Michael Patron isn't even his real name. His real name is Omar Danani. He is involved in a massive identity theft ring called Shadow Crew. It is an online marketplace for stolen identities and hacked credit card info. Eventually he gets caught. They charge him with money laundering, and he ends up in jail. But what's someone like him doing with Gerald? How do these guys end up together? Turns out, Gerald isn't so different from him after all. He's not just that nice guy he pretends to be. He's just like Patron. They meet years earlier on a sketchy internet forum called Talk Gold, a place full of investment scams. It's where scammers share ideas, talk about their schemes, and warn each other about getting caught. Patron is super active there. And so is another user, someone going by the name Scepter. Scepter runs a fake investment scam called S&S Investments. It promises huge returns, pays out a little at first to build trust, then one day, the site disappears. The money's gone. Classic exit scam. Behind the name Scepter is actually Gerald Cotten. He has been running scams since he's 14 years old.
We all hate Gerald Cotten. He's the more I know about this dude, like the more I realized he was just basically like a psychopath.
So both founders behind Quadriga, Canada's biggest crypto exchange at the time, turns out to have shady pasts.
Okay, now click send bitcoins. Done.
From the very beginning, Quadriga it's built to be their next scam.
He and Mike Patron have been doing this for like a long time, right? They've been doing this for years and years, and then Quadriga is just their latest scam.
Throughout the life of Quadriga, huge amounts of crypto are being moved around, sent to other exchanges overseas. Analysts check the blockchain and look into the cold wallet addresses linked to Quadriga. These are supposed to be the safe places where customer money is stored. But when they check them, the wallets are empty. And that's when everything changes. The money was never there locked on Gerald's laptop. It was taken out a long time ago. Let's say you're a regular person trying to buy some crypto. You sign up on Quadriga and place your order. Your account shows the crypto is there, but what you see is just a number on a screen. Gerald is the one behind it, manually crediting people with fake crypto. There's no real transaction on the blockchain. He takes the real money from users, then uses it to trade on other platforms. He blows like that $150 million of people's money, all just from gambling with their savings.
He was using customer funds to basically gamble with on other exchanges. And why he was doing that?
It's a Ponzi scheme. If someone wants their money back, he just uses another user's money to pay them, robbing one person to pay another. But here's the problem with Ponzi schemes. They only work if people keep putting money in. Once users start pulling out, everything crashes. And that's exactly what happens in 2018 when the crypto market crashes.
60%.
The cryptocurrency has gone from hitting a new record price yesterday to nosediving today.
Prices drop fast, and people rush to withdraw their money and sell their coins. And maybe that's when Gerald realizes he can't pay the money back, so he probably disappears, fakes his death, and vanishes with whatever's left.
That's why I'm not really sure if Jerry actually died. A lot of people aren't sure if he actually died, because why would you, if you've been doing these kind of scams for so long, why would you just suddenly die? You would just probably fake your death.
His wife, Jennifer Robertson, is the only person who's with him when he supposedly dies. But friends of Gerald say that they've never even heard of her before. Not a single mention, which is really strange. They meet on Tinder back in 2014, just before Christmas. Things move fast, but after Gerald's death, people start thinking maybe Jennifer has something to do with everything going on at Quadriga.
I would have never, ever stolen from other people. And the fact that he did what he did, I carry his shame with me.
She claims she has no idea how the company worked, and she didn't know anything about Quadriga.
I hadn't understood how Quadriga had held money in the first place. I thought it was just a trade. So there was many things about Quadriga that I didn't understand.
But soon, investigators find out that's not true. Turns out she's actually involved in Quadriga and has been helping to run things too, which means she lied.
I saw Jerry die. I was holding his hand when he passed away. It was a terrible, terrible moment.
Right after Gerald's funeral, Jennifer throws a party like nothing even happened. And when they check Gerald Cotten's government records, they find that just 2 weeks before he dies, Gerald signs over everything he owns to his wife Jennifer. All the money, all the assets. This makes it really suspicious. Another thing is that Jennifer changes her name 3 times in just a couple of years. First, she goes by Griffith, then Forgeron, then Robertson, which is pretty unusual. But here's the thing, her ex-husband Michael Forgeron was murdered, and the case was never solved. And this is her second husband to die under strange circumstances. To this day, there are still no clear answers. In 2019, lawyers representing the victims request to dig up the body to finally prove if Gerald is really in that grave. But as of now, that hasn't happened. The money still hasn't been returned to the users, and thousands of lives have been destroyed.
Yeah, like you don't know that these things will happen to you, and it's really shocking and it's depressing, yes, but right now I'm just thinking about the next steps, like what should I do next? And after talking to my friends and family, I think the next steps is to